guys, it's Christy, and today I am here for a love and relationships reading, Law of Attraction style. Thank you for being here. I hope everyone is doing well. And please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, and I appreciate you guys. So let's see what the universe has for us. I'm shuffling the Getting into the Vortex Relationships deck. So I figure what I'll do is we'll receive whatever messages come out of the deck, and then we can clarify from there. And we'll see what the universe has for us. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, our first message is I have complete control over my own thoughts. There we go. I like how this is starting, because it's starting with us and our thoughts, and empowering us to understand that we have control over what we think. We can redirect our thoughts at any time. And I know a lot of us don't believe that. We think that thoughts are just there, and we just have to deal with them. But when you practice, and it is a practice, redirecting your thoughts, then you can start to think about more and more of what you do want. And that's been a theme this week in all of the readings that I've done, is understanding that we could direct our thoughts to think about more of what we want. You can find yourself in an endless loop where you explain that you feel negative because of the negative behavior of someone else. But if instead you take control of your own emotions and you think an improved thought because it feels better to do so, you can turn it around. And so this is so true in relationships. We are oftentimes caught up in blaming someone or their behavior for us feeling bad. And what they're pointing out here is that we have control. We can decide to prioritize our feelings over anything else. And the way we could do that is to understand that we can direct our thoughts in a way that will help us to feel better, regardless of what someone else is doing or saying. So you have no real control of what anyone else is doing with their vibration, or with their actions for that matter. But you have complete control over your own thoughts, vibrations, emotions, and point of attraction. Okay, so very clearly they are wanting us to take our attention from other people's behaviors and vibration and focus it inward on our own thoughts, vibrations, and our emotions. So use your emotions as guidance, because they are telling you whether you're thinking about what you want or you're thinking about what you don't want. And when you're involved in relationships, it's very empowering to understand that you can decide for yourself how you want to feel. I know that sounds very simple and like duh, but a lot of times we're wrapped up in what other people think, especially those that are close to us, that we actually are putting them ahead of ourselves, and we're allowing what they're doing or saying to control our vibration. So this is simply stating that that does not have to be the way that it is. So I love where the message began, and let's see where it continues. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. This is a huge one, because this is another redirection of our attention. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, you train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires and your perfect mate that must then come. It is law. Okay, and so I want to point out here that as you look for things that you appreciate, your perfect mate may be the one that's right in front of you, but the relationship you've created based on old vibrational patterns is not showing you that this is your perfect mate. So as you clean up your thoughts your vibrations, and then you focus your energy in this relationship on finding positive aspects. And notice they said about past relationships, because our relationships are teachers for us. So if you could look back at past relationships and look presently at your current relationship, you can find things to appreciate. And when you start focusing there, not only will your vibration change, but possibly the vibrational patterns that your relationship has taken with this person. Okay. Okay, so our third message is the law of attraction assembles happy relationships. Okay, the law of attraction cannot bring you a well balanced, happy person if you are not yourself already that. This is so key. Become the person that you want to be with, is basically what this is saying. And the way you do that is by monitoring your thoughts, finding the positives, and focusing there. The law of attraction, no matter what you do or say, will bring to you those who predominantly match the person who you predominantly are. So this again puts the power back in our hands. Okay, so for instance, let's take a pause here. If you find that you're in a relationship where the two of you are, say, butting heads all the time, check your vibration, because there may be things there. There may be beliefs about relationships that you hold from the past that you're really not aware of or clear on, that could be causing you to vibrate at a butting heads level. And if you don't pull your thoughts out of that and into appreciation, then you'll more than likely stay there. So what they're calling us to do in a big way is to appreciate your current relationship. So that's going to cause you to have to dig into your relationship and what it is that you like about it. What positives are there? Focus your energy there. And also know that if you are vibrating at a happy, joyous level, you can help to bring that into your life, because that which is like unto itself is drawn is the law of attraction, and that's what they are pointing out in this part of the message. So the law of attraction assembles happy relationships, but it has to start with you being the person that you want to attract. So what we're going to do, if you are not happy with yourself or with your life, the attraction of a partner will only exaggerate the discord, because any action taken from a place of lack is always counterproductive. Okay, I can totally agree with that. That's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but they are right in saying that we are going to attract who we are, because that is the law of attraction. So they're pointing that out in a big way, but they're saying look for things to appreciate. Monitor your thoughts and direct them into what you do want. And then you will start to see your relationships around you change. And this doesn't have to be just a love relationship. This could be with your children, with your boss, with your coworkers, with your friends, any family members. This is true. So think about the relationships you have in your life, and the ones in which you are feeling discord. Focus on the positives there. Start to change the way you're thinking regardless of that person's behavior, and see what happens. And this isn't an overnight fix necessarily. This is something where you're going to have to practice being, the person that you want to be with. So if you want a happy relationship, cultivate happiness within yourself. If you want a relationship that's exciting, cultivate that within yourself. So the final message here is, by default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Okay, this is a perfect way to end this reading, honestly, because it is pointing out some of what I was stumbling to say earlier. And that is by default, if you're living by default and not controlling your thoughts, not finding positive aspects, you could have attracted unwanted relationships into your life. Okay, many of the relationships or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. It is important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. And chronic thoughts about unwanted things invite or ask for matching experiences. The law of attraction makes it so. So the universe is doubling down on you understanding, or us all understanding the law of attraction, what it is, and how it's going to bring to you who you are and where you vibrate. And what you think about is going to cause where you vibrate. So I would recommend making lists of positive aspects about your relationships and focusing on your appreciation of those aspects in yourself and in others. And let me know how it works out for you. I would love to hear your comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.